In this movie, we will take a look at the remaining common dialog boxes available. We've already looked at in other movies the color and the font dialog boxes. Here we will look at together File Open, File Save, and Browse. We'll take a look at these together because they're all very, very similar in the way they interact with the user and the way you as the programmer write code for them. Once again, just like the other dialog boxes, you would need to select them from the dialog in the toolbox, the dialog section of the toolbox, and place them in the components tray. One new item to Visual Basic 2008 is the folder browser dialog. We'll take a look at that in a moment. But for now, let's take a look at the File Open dialog box. Again, making sure that I have my, in this case, Open File Dialog 1. Of course, that's the default name. I have a button here for the user to interact with. And I've already written the code that will show the Open File dialog box. And it's very, very simple. It simply is the name of the dialog box, which in this case is the Open File Dialog 1 dot show dialog. That's all you need in order to allow the user to interact with this box. Now, there will be some additional code that you would need to allow the user to make this more functional, but that is a little bit beyond the scope of what we're discussing here. But with a little experimentation, you'll be able to get the hang of these open file dialog boxes and save file dialog boxes very easily. So to demonstrate this, I run this, click File Open, and this is the Open dialog box. Okay. When I click on File Save, I see the Save As dialog box, and I can specify a save. It's defaulting to a folder, but the user could navigate to a different folder. To take a quick look at the file save code, it's very similar. Simply the name of the file dialog box and then .show dialog. And the last demonstration one is the browse. So if you want to give the user the ability to browse to a specific folder or location on your system, you could create a button or a menu item to allow them to browse, and of course they could then select from the standard system navigation type of drop-down menus and so forth to go to various locations on the desktop. To take a look at that code, just as you might expect, it is simply the name of the folder browser dialog box .show dialog. So once again, these 5 dialog boxes are pre-written, built into Visual Basic Visual Studio 2008. The new one here is the folder browser dialog box. The others appeared in previous versions as well. They're very simple to use, and the idea here is that these dialog boxes are already built into Windows. So why not take advantage of the pre-written code and just reuse that code, and just with literally one line of code you can then call upon a very professional and dependable type of dialog box that the user can interact with. So experiment with these in your applications as they apply.